Most teams in Ligue 1 only have about 6 games left to play. PSG's already clinched the league. They're 20 points ahead of everybody else. Why wouldn't they have clinched the league already? We, on the other hand, are solidly mid-table, and it's very, very good to say that. What's also kind of nice is that if we beat the 2 opponents we're playing today, our chances of European football are that much greater. My name's FM19, and this is the Ritornu Gloria with SC Bastia, episode 47. Well, I wanted to start here today because I've been talking up quite a bit the past few episodes. This is Armand No. I know I've said this probably 7 different ways. But he is my young... Well, he came in as a defensive right back, but looking at him, I realized he would make a very good attacking midfielder on the right. Now, he's not going to be the best attacking midfielder because he is going to lack in some of the technical skills. But I think his physicals and some of his mentals more than make up for that. And as you can see... The red is where he was when he first joined. The blue is where he is now. Now, granted, he's never going to be an elite winger, and I'd be the first to admit that. But he can be very, very good. And I think, especially as time goes on and his attacking skills get better, he will be very, very good. Now, his attacking skills are never going to be top flight. And as a matter of fact, his attacking skills may never reach even League 2 levels. But he's going to make up for those in other areas, particularly his defending and his physical areas. If we scroll down, now this is a little deceiving here because he hasn't been here long enough. You'll notice I've got January duplicated, but that's so the numbers at the top will calculate because of how the lookups are involved. There's a way to return a blank here. I just haven't quite figured that out yet. So, what you're seeing, though, is improvement every year in at least, well, there's one category there, there's a bunch there, 4 there, a bunch more there, a bunch more there. He's improving in at least 4 categories every 3 months. I mean, you'll notice the big ones are his physicals, which I expected, but like his anticipation has gone up 6. His composure has gone up 4. His concentration has gone up 6. His decision-making has gone up 5. You know, a lot of his technicals have also gone up. Granted, they're not the technicals that maybe kind of matter to the position. You know, his long throws have gone up by 4. You know, but his tackling and his technique, his passing has gone up. You know, he'll never be an elite passer. If I can get that up to 12, I'll be happy. But I think his marking and his tackling are going to come into play a lot more than people expect, especially when he can go out against wingers who are his size or smaller and just force them off their line or be the big imposing presence. He's almost 5'11" and 100 and something pounds. You know, we can look at that here in just a second. Yep, he's 5'11", 163 pounds. Ignore these arrows here. I finally figured out what was going on with that, and it is an SI thing, which is annoying the hell out of me. If you go to attribute changes and you look, any sort of fall off is the result of that. So his tackling here was a 12.2. Now it's down to a 12. He's had a little bit of a drop off, and I'm not quite sure why. I think some of it has to do with the amount of fixtures we've played lately, believe it or not. I expect those to bounce back sooner rather than later. As you can see, a lot more blue and green in the squad than there was when we first started. Still a lot of red, though. And that's something we are going to need to improve on. If I sort by age here, you can see a lot of the first teamers in that. A lot of their particular attributes are in the blue. You know, I'd like to get a lot more of them in the blue. Schedule-wise, things have been okay. We lost against Lorient away 1-0. I'm not quite sure what was going on in this game. It wasn't a rotated side by any stretch of the imagination. We had almost a week plus in between the 2 games. The team, for whatever reason, just could not score. We had more shots than Lorient, more on target, slight possession advantage. We just could not put the ball past the keeper. Their defense was pretty stout. As you can see, their defensive backs were all on 7.0s or better. We were average, and an average performance for us isn't going to beat teams. Not with this squad. We were then away at Monaco, and we beat them 1-0 thanks to a Frank goal in the 79th minute. Again, this was Estivacio football, hitting him on the counterattack. Monaco had 22 shots, 8 on target. We had 5 shots, 3 on target. They had 3 woodwork hits, 2 of which probably should have been goals. But as you can see, our defense was very, very on top of it. Bazamble a 7.2, Sasha 7.6, and a player of the match. Diakite a 7.2, Mabaye a 7.3. They played a 4-3-3, which I have a lot of experience with, and we managed to slow them down and force them into a lot of bad shots. But, you can just tell by the way they were moving on the field and passing in that. The quality of player they have is better than ours by a long shot. This was a very nice victory for us. We definitely earned it. We were then home against Rennes, and we drew 1-1 thanks to a Queensy goal in the 78th minute. And then we were home against Lille, and we won 3-1. Frank had a brace of goals. Jean-Marc Parent had a goal. Because of injuries, Frank actually played as an attacking midfielder on the left, and he did a really good job. Player of the match, 9.0. So I'm going to start playing him there a lot more, I think. Queensy plays over there as an inside forward, and No plays on the right. But, I don't know. This is going to be one of my dilemmas this summer. I like Frank. He's a good striker, but I'm not playing a 2-striker formation. I mean, I have one that I do play, but I don't play it all that often because of the type of football we play. I like to have more defenders in back who can start counterattacks for us. When Foster is sitting, Frank does a capable job filling in. He's a team leader, though, and I don't know how happy he is not being a full-time starter. If I could find a 2-striker formation, a 4-3-1-2, I would play that, but then I'm not playing my wingers. It's the dilemma of football managers everywhere. How do you get your best players on the field to fit what you want to do and still keep them happy? It's tough. I haven't had any locker room uproars or anything like that. I mean, the only one who really pitched a fit was Jordan Tell because he wasn't getting all the first-team playing time he wanted, even though he came in on a rotation contract, and I said, look, you're going to be primarily a backup. And I tried moving him in the January transfer window. I tried releasing him on a free. We didn't have the money for it to pay his compensation. I think if a team comes in for Frank this summer, we'll have to take a look and see what they're offering and who I can get in as a replacement. That said, we had 18 shots, 9 on target this match to Lille's 10-1. They had a possession advantage. They just couldn't do anything with it. And again, the vast majority of our team was above average today. Today, though, it is a double live comm against Nantes and Olympique Lyon. And Nantes is currently in 6th place, 4 points ahead of us. Lyon is 6 points ahead of us. PSG is sitting on 85 points. They're 23 points ahead of their closest competition, Marseille. They clinched about 4 weeks ago, if I recall. We still have a shot at European football. I don't think we're going to make it, but the fact that we have a shot is very, very cool. Lyle leads the way with 16 goals. Frank, highest average rating is 7.2. Emmanuel and Queensy both have 6 assists. Andre Sylvia still has the best pass completion. Frank, 4 players of the match. I did not realize that. Grant Marsman, 9 yellow cards, so the other 1 red card. Our 46 goals are 9th highest. Our 38 goals are 5th best, and that is one of the big reasons we are where we are. Our defense has really stepped it up the second half of the season. And our average attendance is creeped a little bit higher. We're maxing out the stadium, but I think in the short term, getting a new stadium or increasing the size is not going to be my primary goal. And the reason I say that is, if you look at our profile, our reputation is only 2.5 stars. We are financially secure. One of the things I really want to do, though, is start working on our facilities, in particular our training and youth facilities. My plan is, as soon as the season ends, as soon as I find out how much money we're getting for salary and transfers, I'm going to go to the board and say, I'd like better training facilities, I'd like better youth facilities. I want to get these up to at least 4 stars. Now, maybe something will happen behind the scenes, and our stadium will be, it can't be increased. We're going to have to get a new stadium. Maybe a new stadium will be in the works behind the scenes. If not, though, I'm okay with the 17,000 seat stadium for now. 4 or 5 years from now, not so much. But in the short term, I think it's better for us to improve our facilities than it is to try and go for our stadium. They'll be finished sooner. They won't take near as long to complete. And it'll be better for us in the long run as a club. And this is the other thing. The stadium is owned by the council. We'd have to buy it from them before we could even rebuild it. So it's still in good condition. If the condition falls, then maybe I'll start asking about getting a new stadium. But as you can see, we really need to improve some things. Poor data analysis facilities. Heck, I could probably increase that now. Cool. The data analysis guys are getting a better couch. So, we have Nantes coming up. I'm going to set the best 11, check the reserves, and we're going to be back for that match in just a bit. Now today we are away at Nantes and we are playing our 4-3-3. Bazamble in goal, Sasha, Dikide, Mabai, and Brigado as the defensive back four, Sodavia as the defensive midfielder behind Marchman and Bernade, No and Meg as the attacking midfielders, and Foster up top as the striker. There was a news item a couple days ago where Pep Guardiola said he wasn't going to talk about going after Bazamble, which, frankly, nice block, was something I would rather not see. That's one of the things with this game that drives me up a wall sometimes. Oh, Cupido with a very nice strike that went far post. If you get a good young player with a lot of potential, especially someone like Bazamble, who's already 4 stars at 19 years old, he gets on everybody's radar. Oh, he got pulled off his line just a little bit there, which allowed Cupido to go far post on him. Corner kick in for us. Bernade sends it in. Dikide heads it down. Mabai in front of the goal, and Marchman is there. We equalize less than a minute later. Well done, boys. Headed away. Mabai heads it down again. Marchman's right there and just volleys it past the keeper. Another corner kick in. Bernade. Oh, and Rodelli with the nice catch, who sends it up. Sodavia knocks it down, but it goes right back to Nantes. Jabala. Nice block by Bazamble. Kicked away by Dikide. Corner kick for Nantes. Bashila sends it in. Knocked away, but Evangelistas at the top of the box. Sends it in, but it bounces off a Bastia player, but it goes out to Litsingi. He holds it up. He's dispossessed by No, who is himself dispossessed by Dabo. Brigado on the throw-in to Queensy. To Bernade. Over to Sodavia. To Marchman in the center. Out to Sasha all alone on the right. He's going to cross it in. Castagna knocks it away. Cupido's there, but he loses it. Bernade has the ball. Sodavia sends it back out to Brigado. Back to Mabai. Back to Sodavia. Back to Mabai. He sends it up towards Queensy. The Nantes player made a play on it, but he missed it. No, far post. Well done. His 9th goal of the season. No, the Nantes player made a play on the ball, and Queensy just was able to take it from nice pass between the two Nantes defenders. Bazamble sends it forward. Kamara knocks it down to Bashila, but Marchman dispossesses him. Back to No. Drives forward. Out to Sodavia. To Bernade. Out to Sasha, all alone on the right again. Crosses it in. Bernade is there. That is Bastia football in a nutshell. Find the isolated person out on the wings who is not being marked. Get guys in the box. Hit the cross. And score. God, we're only 15 minutes in. It's already 3-1. Nantes with the throw-in. Kamara to Litsingi. Show it back to Litsingi. He sends it in, but it's knocked away by Dikide. Bernade sends it up to Foster, who avoids one player. No. Gets it there ahead of everyone else. He tries crossing in, but there wasn't a Bastia player there. Leomar knocks it out. It goes right to Sasha. Litsigny loses it. Goes to Bernade. Out to Queensy. Oh, that was a shot. Totally unexpected from the top of the D. Litsigny went for the header and missed. Sodavia sends it over to Bernade. Goes to Queensy, who comes towards the center. Oh, very, very nice strike. We're only 30 minutes in, too. That's okay. Ferrari. Out to Bashila. Over to Evangelista. To Dabo. Back to Bashila. To Ferrari. Oh, he launches a ball forward. I don't know what was going on there. Rissace stops it from going out of bounds. Over to Sotavia. Out to No. Who drives forward. Pass to Menig. Oh, hits the post and goes outside. Nantes has the ball. Bashila, top of the box. Back to Evangelista. Out to Kamara all alone. Sends it in. Knocked away. Is that a foul? And it's a penalty. Capito is going to take the shot. And it goes in. Pretty exciting first half of football. Coming up on the half, and we have a 4-2 lead thanks to goals by Marjman, No, Bernade, and Menig. We've had 9 shots, 5 on target to their 9 shots and 4. They've had the possession advantage, but it hasn't really worked out all that well for them. Bernade with a penalty kick from outside the box. Oh, Rodelli, nice block. Almost goes in, so. Looked like it was going to hit the post, but Rodelli made a very nice save there. But we're a little past 60 minutes in. I'm going to make a couple changes here. Bragado's going to come off. Field is going to come on. Sasha's going to come off. Rissace's going to come on. And we're going to save our last sub. Well, really no highlights this second half. We're now 75 minutes in. I'm going to use our last sub. Sotavia is going to come off. Medina is going to come on for him. Because I forgot to put Petulidis on the bench. Diakite to No. Over to Marjman. To Medina. Out to Bernade. Drives forward, No. And he scores again. Oh, brace of goals for Armand. Nice pass by Bernade. No, just hovering on the edge of the box there. Castagne with the throw in. Goes to Dabo, to Capito, back to Dabo, drives forward, and his shot is very, very wide left. Coming up on the end of the game. This should be it here fairly soon. Rodelli sends it forward, knocked down. Van Hodston has it. Out to Capito. To Isak. Is that Alexander Isak? That is. How come he didn't start? Maybe he wasn't match fit. Okay, we dodged a bullet there. Very good young player. I remember that. Oh, they got him for like 3 million euros back in the day. Okay. And with that, we move up into 7th place. You know, I haven't checked this in a while. And I know it depends on the strength of the league as a whole. So the top 4 teams qualify for the Champions Cup group stage. 5th and 6th qualify for Euro Cup group stage. Team in 7th qualifies for Euro Cup second qualifying round. So right now, we would be in European football. We'd be the second qualifying round. That's insane. It's completely insane. Oh. Okay, we've got Lyon coming up in a little while, so I'm going to do what I need to do between that match. We'll come back with the starting lineups for that game in just a bit. Well, today we are away at Lyon, and we're playing the formation that's gotten us to where we are now, our 4-3-3. Bazamble in goal, Sasha, Diakite, Mabai, Bragado is the defensive back four, Soldevia is the defensive midfielder behind Marjman and Bernade, No and Menig is the attacking midfielders, and Frank up top is the striker because Lyle Foster picked up his 3rd yellow card in 10 games. Lyon is still Lyon, they're still the second best team in Ligue 1. Oh, it's going to be a tough match. Alwar to Pavan. Oh, dispossessed, but it goes to Kovalenko on the highlight ends. Corner kick. Pavan out to Everton. Over to Denaire, and his shot is wide right. Spent a lot of time in training on defense this weekend and set pieces. No, heads it over, but Savic gets it. Solidify ends up with the ball after it bounces around. Bernade to Menig. Back to Bernade. Over to Marshman. Drives forward, takes the shot, but skies it over the crossbar. Dumfries with a throw-in for Lyon. To Gellin. Over to Denaire. Sends it up to Aouar. Dispossessed, but it goes right to Tavares. Back to Denaire. To Aouar again. Dispossessed by Marshman again. Frank out to Menig. Over to Frank and right to Lopez. Tavares with a throw-in. Knocked away. Brigado, though, sends it right to Gellin. Kovalenko, top of the box. Oh, off Bazamble and in. What happened there, fellas? Tavares sends it in. Goes right to Brigado. Ends up with Gellin. Kovalenko takes a shot. Bazamble got a hand on it, but it wasn't enough. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. That's cool. Sotavia intercepts the throw-in. Or that was the throw-in. Sotavia with the ball to Mabai. To Brigado. Back to Sotavia. To Mabai, who launches it towards no one in particular. So Tavares ends up with it. Sends it back to Lopez, who sends it to Savic. Out to Pavon on the right. Drives forward. Dispossessed by Brigado, who tries sending it up towards Frank, I think. But it's intercepted by Leon. Pavon has the ball again. He gets around one. Dembele's there, but he hits it over the crossbar. It was a nice long cross. Well, halftime is here. We could be doing a lot better. Could also be doing a lot worse. Leon has 6 shots, 1 on target. We've had 2 shots, 1 on target. They've had a decent possession advantage as well. So we're going to need to figure out a way to get past that if we want to do better. Tell Brigado here to calm down. Tavares to Aouar, dispossessed by Marshman, who goes right back to Tavares. Aouar has it. Back to Denaire. To Savic. Up to Kovalenko. To Gellin. Back to Kovalenko. To Aouar. To Gellin. To Aouar. A lot of short passes here, trying to pull us out of position. Denaire to Everton. To Dembele. And his shot goes over the crossbar. Tavares off the pass, sends it in, knocked away. Pavon's going to run it down. Turns around, crosses in again. Everton's there, but it hits the post and goes outside. Sotavia with the ball now. To Bernade, up to Queensy, back to Marshman, out to Brigado, who... Oh, Frank! Oh! It was a nice cross by Brigado, but it was just a bit too far for Frank. That would have been a lovely, lovely goal. About 65 minutes in, we are going to make a couple changes here. Leroy's going to come on for Brigado. Going to bring Bernade off. Bring Parent on. It's the box-to-box. See if a change in the midfield will help us out. Aouar to Everton. Oh, he skies it over. That's after he avoided the tackle. We're going to go to the attack here the last 15 minutes of the game. Diakite knocks the ball away. No's going to run it down. Passes towards Frank. Back out to Leroy. Sends it in. Parent is there and he scores. We equalize in extra time. Wow. Look at this. Nice shot by Parent off the volley. Okay, I wasn't expecting that when I brought him in. I was expecting him to be more the facilitator. We're still in the attack, and I'm not going to be able to change it in time. Bazamble sends it forward. Tavares has it for Leon. To Savic. Back to Tavares. That is the game. Oh. You know, when extra time goals work in your favor, they're very, very nice. That puts us in 8th place. I think we're definitely going to finish top 8. Rescue a late draw. Yes, we do. So this is what we're going to do. There's 4 games left in the season. Amiens, Lens, Havre, and Guingamp. Amiens is in 15th. Havre 17th. Lens is 4th. Guingamp is relegation bound. They are in 20th, and they are our last game of the season. So there is a very good chance we could finish in 7th place. So we're going to come back for the Guingamp game. It'll be the only live comm. We'll find out where we stand in terms of European football, and then do an end-of-season review as well. So, a couple solid performances today. That game against Nantes was absolutely thrilling. The fact we put 5 on them is just absolutely amazing. No, a brilliant game. Jean-Marc Parent rescuing the late draw against Lyon today for the 1-1 draw. We've been doing really, really well this season. Way, way beyond expectations. Frankly, if I knew what I was doing, I'd bottle it up and save it for future saves, but I don't. I mean, it's just, I'm not tinkering. I'm not messing around with anything. I've stayed pretty solid with the formations we're using. I've only got the 3, but I use 2 primarily. I don't know. Something tells me if I loaded this save up from the beginning of the season, there's a chance we could be in a relegation fight. Who knows? FM is definitely weird like that. If you liked what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. My name's FM Jellico, and you've been watching the Return of Gloria with SC Bastia, episode 47.